What's going on?
Well,
That was so good.
it's about Georgia today.
It's not, brother. We could have a conversation.
No, I'm kidding. We are having a conversation, but you didn't really, I personally, I talked to you off camera, obviously, but like, I try to encourage you to put yourself out there a little more. You're still a top guy in the lightweight division in Bellator, especially you moving up. I think you have a, what's the word? You made a great adaptation to the new weight class. You feel good. You look better, in my opinion. I didn't see you out there talking about, you moving up or, whatever you have planned. So I personally also wanted you to like get out there and like, you had a very close fight. You had a great fight.
Oh, my last fight.
It didn't go the way you wanted to go, obviously.
Right.
I also wanted you to talk about it before and after. We didn't see you talk about it out there, so I wanted you to talk about it. Tell us what we didn't know before and after.
Well, I mean, the whole lead up to the fight was, it was a good experience. Like, I was in good shape and all that, so it wasn't like anything. I mean, as far as talking about that fight, I know for sure I won. And but I mean, even going back, I thought a lot of people counted me out with Miles. They thought he's just gonna run through me.
Yeah.
But I thought I took it to him for first 2 rounds, and maybe the third round went his way. But I think I'm gonna be a big threat at 155 at Bellator. Just no one knows it that good, so I'm just gonna be that silent killer.
How was not cutting weight?
How was what?
I was not cutting weight.
It was good, man. It was good. I mean, I still cut about 5 pounds, but it was way better than when I used to cut for 45. 45 was just fuck. It was a bad experience, man. I couldn't even recover the next day. So
45. Making 45.
What happened?
Making 45 is pretty difficult.
It was easy to make it. The recovery wasn't there because as I was. I was getting older. I'm 35 years old, but so I think a 55 was a perfect way for me to be for weight class.
Yeah, and I think as we get older, as fighters get older, moving up a weight class is a much better option.
Oh yeah, it's 100%. I see a lot of people moving down. Like for example, Jose Aldo. I thought he should have just went up to 55. I mean, even though he looked great against Petr Yan, but I think some of those guys need to go up.
Yeah. Did you catch Bellator, Stan?
What, Ryan Bader?
No. George's card. Chandler's versus
Him versus Fury.
Georgie fight Miles Jury.
Yeah, Fury.
Yeah, pussy
Fury. Fury. I forget. That's his nickname.
Yeah. Controversial decision there.
Yeah.
Scoring the fight is difficult, as we've talked about with you many times, Al.
Yeah. I still don't know. Is Connecticut pretty tough state when it comes to judging?
I mean, they're experienced. They're one of the more experienced, believe it or not.
Yeah, but some of the judges, I don't know. I don't think they're watching the fight, man.
Yeah.
But see, they also do a lot of boxing in Connecticut, right? So if they're using the same judges for MMA as well,
yes,
that's a bit difficult if they're using the same judges, because that happens in a lot of states. If they're using the same judges from Boxing Commission, they're only looking at the stand-up. Like, for example, for you're a grappler, you're a high-level grappler. So if you're trying to grapple the shit out of the guy, it does nothing for the judges unless you submit him.
Yeah.
So,
which most of them are. They're mostly boxing and MMA judges.
Yeah. I never looked into this. I just thought about it. How come former fighters don't get into judging? Like, I don't even know what route to take. Like, if I wanted to be a judge, like, what would I do?
Some of them do.
I've never seen a former fighter being a judge.
What's his name? Vitor Shaolin Ribeiro's a judge. Ricardo Almeida was a judge for a little bit.
Were they?
Yeah.
Was it for IBJJF or just the MMA?
MMA in New Jersey for like Ring of Combat and CFFC. What's his name?
That's better.
Frank Trigg became a referee.
Yeah, that's a Frank Trigg. Yes, yeah.
I mean, you even see what Herb Dean. Reffing's tough. Herb Dean's been a fighter. Herb Dean has a handful of pro fights. I'm sure a lot of experience in the gym and being around fights. And how many fights has he reffed and he still fucks up?
Yeah, he fucks up a lot.
Yeah.
Bro, one time, but here's the thing. Referee, being a ref is not an easy job, right? In college, we reffed kids tournaments, Little League. Something I would never pay attention. Like, I wouldn't know which color, like who is scoring points. I would always show different. I would get yelled by parents. Like, reffing is not an easy job. Like, I would never be a ref. I would be a judge. Like, I would be a good observer, sitting outside and watching. But in the action, it's hard to call it right at the moment. Like,
but that's the thing.
Yeah, it's not easy. Like, I wouldn't want to be one.
Refereeing, you kind of have that face on it where it's like, yo, you fucking idiot, you fucked up. Judging, you don't really have that. Yeah. I think if the refs get it, the judges should get it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you ever ref jiu-jitsu or anything, Georgie?
Yeah, I have ref jiu-jitsu before. Yeah, it was pretty easy. I mean, I wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't like a reffing of 2 black belts. But I mean, reffing of black belts is easy too. But I agree with you. I think pro fighters that are retired, they should have the opportunity to be judge or ref. You know, like Frank Trigg, he's doing a good job. But judges, we need more judges that are. You know, I think.
Because also a lot of fighters after fighting careers over, there's not a lot of opportunities for them. So maybe, you know, there would be a good way to go, a good field to go into.
Well, where we usually start Menace and the Man episodes, we call this an Alp Chapo and the Man episode. But now we got, what is it, Georgi? How do you pronounce that last name?
Karakhanyan.
Karakhanyan.
Yeah.
So Georgi Karakhanyan joining us. So are you guys possibly going to start something? Or are you really interested in podcasting, Georgi?
Yeah, I'm actually big time interested. And Al has been telling me, actually, we talked yesterday. He was telling me about the idea. I mean, he had for a long time doing a podcast too. So it's something that we're probably for sure going to do. We might get in a lot of trouble, but we're going to do it.
We are going to get in trouble. I like getting in trouble. I like getting in trouble. That means if you're getting in trouble, if people are shitting on you, that means you're doing something good.
Well, yeah. I hope so. Like, me and Menace thought that, but me and Menace, like, we hold a lot of it in the bag, if you will.
Yeah.
Like, we'll open up and we talk about a lot, but we don't tell our stories the way we should.
Yeah. But I think Georgie and I have unique backgrounds, and especially, like, okay, I'm gonna go for it, Georgie. Georgie's Armenian and I'm Turkish, right? And unfortunately, and it's very unfortunate, the two nations never get along, and it's the biggest animosity going for a long time, for over 100 years, and it is very sad. Like, Georgie and I, this is a very good example of us being able to get along. Like, we get along. There's no problems between us. And I told him, we were brainstorming about this. And I was like, look, we can actually prove people that we can be friends and do something fun. Like, we're cool. You know, this could be a new wave, a new generation trying to start something new, right? Like, hey, let's fuck the hate. You know what I mean? We can still be friends. And him and I, we're goofballs. Like, we're pretty goofy people. So we just want to bullshit, talk about fights, talk about whatever. And I think it's a great idea. I already have a couple ideas in my head as for a name. I don't know. Georgie's having a hard time agreeing with me.
No. Is it the ones who text me last night?
Yeah. Should I ask Stan's opinion?
Yeah, sure.
So one of them was fighting immigrants.
That's a catchy name.
It is a catchy name.
100%. So that's the top of the list.
Yeah. Second one, I don't think anybody's gonna like it. So
let me hear it. You know I love shit like that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I said, I'm from Turkey and Georgia's from Armenia, so I said Turkmania.
The Turkmania show?
Yeah, or the Turkmanians. I don't know. We're just I hate the hate.
Where that works is you could have like the Turkomaniacs or something.
Oh man.
But I have a suggestion now.
Please go for it. Go for it. What is it?
You said Turkmenia. I said, how come Turkey goes first?
See, here we go. We're already fighting.
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. Cause it rhymes. It rhymes. That's why. Sometimes, okay. How about this? See, I'm always about solutions. How about 1 week Turk is first, and then the second week Armenia arm is first. I don't know. How about that?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's all about love. That's all I care about.
Yeah, he can
But
do
no,
something like
seriously,
that.
though, seriously, I think George has a very unique background. You know, him being Russian and Armenian. You know, he fought in Russia for a long time. Sick black belt. He does high rollers. Still goes and rolls. Obviously, he former World Series of Fighting champ. Back in Bellator. You were in Bellator before too, right, Georgie?
Yeah, I got in Bellator 2010. I almost did all their tournaments. I was in that tournament with Joe Warren. When Joe Warren beat all of us, he beat me, Patricio.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated Joe Warren.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that guy was a dick.
Hyper,
He was
bro. He's hyper.
Dude, he was on shit. He was always on shit. I don't know. He never got caught, but he was okay. I don't want to accuse anyone of using shit, but come on.
Bro, he's fucking crazy. Right before the fight, he came right behind me, started talking shit, and I was about to fight him, but he just fucking right away got under my skin.
Yeah.
Well, even that, yeah, he was in that Olympic drug testing, so.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Like, you saw that thing that the UFC put out with what the fuck's his name? Yoel Romero. Like, they sent Yoel to a doctor, and the doctor was like, who the fuck is this guy that you just sent me? Like, all his tendons are like fucking X amount of times stronger than the average humans, and like all types of shit. He's like superhuman. Same thing with like all those Cubans, because they were like lab rats, you know what I mean?
Oh, is he still on it, or they just said he's
No, they just said whatever.
He's in a crazy shape.
Yeah, crazy shape. Whatever was done to him in the past, like I don't. Yeah, he hasn't failed any tests or anything.
Yeah, I see. Damn, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Listen, here's the thing, especially Yoel Romero. He was on shit. It's not a secret, right? We all know. He looks the same to me. Like, how is he clean, or is he really a superhuman?
Superhero.
Is he really? I mean, he's Cuban. Cubans are pretty like genetic freaks.
Yeah, like Luke Rockhold put it out there. He was like, when I was kicking him, it felt like I was kicking stone. I think, and then Whitaker said the same thing. Like, he was like kicking metal. He was like, and he just kept coming forward.
Yeah.
Superhuman.
Watching that one guy, wrestler, what's his name? He wrestles for Italy.
Vittori?
Oh no! He wrestler Frank Chamizo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he trains in New York. He wrestles for Italy, but he's Cuban. Like him too. Like, bro, so explosive. I watch him train sometimes. So explosive. Like, we know George and I know a guy named Michael Perez here.
Yeah,
and he was a 2008 Cuban Olympian. He never made it to the UFC, but like dude, how old is Michael? He's like 38 or something.
He's out there, yeah. He's like a little 30-pounder, bro. He'll throw you like.
Yeah, but he's in good shape. He's still he looks young. If you ask me, he looks young, and he's sick. He's a sick wrestler. They're just naturally, like Armenians. Most Armenians are great fighters. They have that good genetic. You know what I mean? Turkish people too, of course. Let me give them credit.
But even back to Joe Warren and even that level of athlete, if you are an Olympian level or even high level wrestler or whatever, the training, like what you went through, George, I don't know if you wrestled, but the amount of reps that you get in by the time you get to college, or for Joe Warren, international wrestling or like a DC, you've put in so many reps that it's like, oh, this is my shit, this is what I do. I'm a wrestler for life, like no question.
Yeah, Joe is a good wrestler, man. He's a Greco-Roman, right? He's a Greco-Roman wrestler.
He was a world champion Greco-Roman. He's just like I'm much younger than him, so like I was still young and like I was still in the international scene. I would go to Olympic training center and stuff. His just attitude was always like super douchey. I don't know, like I never clicked with the guy. He wouldn't even remember.
Well, even
so much younger.
His public personality was super douchey.
Yeah, I would say so.
Well, remember he fought Loro. And
Laura beat him, didn't he? Yeah,
Lauro, that's like Lauro's big win. He knee barred him. But remember, like, Lauro's like doesn't even speak English. He's like respectful of his opponent and shit because he doesn't even understand what you're saying. And then Joe Warren just talked mad shit about him, like wasn't cool before the fight. And then when he lost to him, Lauro like fucking like wasn't the best sport after beating him,
Yeah.
Like-
Loro is Marcos Galvao, Georgie.
Marcos Galvao. Okay.
Yeah, he was
Marcos.
he was Bellator 135 champ for a while and bumped up to 45. Great guy.
Good.
Yeah, but Joe Warren's a killer. But back to Georgie. What is what do you think's gonna be next for you? Or you want to run that back with Fury? Bellator likes to run things back, so we've seen this.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as the fight was over, I got text message from a lot of important people from Bellator, even Scott Coker, saying that I won the fight. So I told him, let me run it back, let me get a rematch with them. If not, let me fight Ben Henderson. So would like to match up with Ben. So they're looking for that matchup. Hopefully to happen in October or November. So we'll see what happens if I get that one. If not, anyone. I mean, Brandon Gertz, any one of those guys.
So now for you, any difference for you fighting in front of no fans?
It was, I guess the only difference is, I mean, it was like a sparring match. You feel me? It was like, I feel like we're like in the gym training. There's only maybe 20 people, not even 20, maybe, 20, 25 people around there, the cage. But it was a for sure different experience, but not too much different. I mean, I personally don't matter to me, but if I were to choose, I would like it with the fans. It's way better.
Of course. How was the week of the fight being stuck in the hotel? I haven't experienced that. I like, if I'm in a new town, I like going out and killing some time because I'm starving. I like
Same way, man. I like, that's how when I go, I like to go out and just check out the town. But before we flew out of here on Thursday, we took a test, the COVID test. We got the results on Saturday. We flew Sunday, got there Monday, took another test. We were quarantined for 48 hours. And every morning we had to go take a temperature check. I mean, Bellator is on top of it. So once you pass all the testing, I mean, you're free, but you're not free to leave the hotel. Like, you cannot leave the hotel and go to stores, do whatever you want to do. But yeah, I mean, we had our own treadmills, bikes, and stuff like that. But Bellator was on top of it. It was just, I mean, it's the only stupid thing is the mask, man. I mean, I know we're in it to make it, but I just like, even in a corner, like my coach tried to yell, and he put the mask down to say something, and they just fucking went crazy. Like they grabbed there, because you can't, when you're trying to scream with the mask, you can't even do that shit.
Well, what's funny is, to me, so I'm watching Georgie's fight, and the post-fight interview, they're like 6 feet apart. Big John, what's his name?
Oh, Big John.
John McCarthy is doing the interview, and the fighter is 6 feet apart. I'm like, what are you guys doing, man? Come on.
Yeah.
Like, it's for the show. I get it, but that was so stupid.
They should have did with what UFC's doing and just have them on a monitor.
Yeah, but they also don't want to do the same thing, I bet. They don't want to do what the UFC is doing.
They're trying to be different.
Yeah, but they're going cringy. They might as well, they got to abandon that and just go the same way.
Yeah.
Just because that's awkward. You know, you see, like, even there's a moment where I'm watching a few of them, and you see, it seems like Big John almost forgets that the microphone's there, so he'll start like yelling over to the guy and projecting. You know, that's what that vibe is.
Yeah.
Yes.
But But yeah, crazy times. But yeah,
it's the new normal. I think this is how it's gonna be. Even, you know, I'm sure Georgia feels lucky being able to fight and make a living right now. Not a lot of promotions are able to, you know, only the big ones, obviously the UFC and Bellator, you know.
Yeah, man, just making it to that fight week. I hope this is not the new normal. I hope this is like this till like maybe November or the end of the year. I hope fucking like next year we start with the fans, because Bellator says they're gonna do shows till October with no fans. So I don't know what's gonna happen in November. So maybe they're just gonna open up and just do with the fans. So
Georgie, you're California, right now?
Yeah, California.
So gyms are still closed right by you guys, right?
Yeah, no.
Well, for pro athletes, professional fighters, you can get some work. Yeah, you can get some work in, but
yeah, but if you like a regular, they're close.
So what's closest here? Like 24-hour fitness, LA Fitness type of like normal gyms are closed, but like if you like Georgia's gym, like Millennia, where are you at, Georgia? Millennia?
Millennia MMA and Rancho.
Yeah, Millennia MMA or like Training Lab or like King's MMA. These places are open just for the pro athletes. Other than that, but I think I heard New York is opening up soon, right?
About to, and they're going to open at 33% capacity. That's what you're allowed to do, I think, in like a week or so. But Millennia, so you're training with Tatiana?
Yes. Yes. Tatiana Suarez.
Oh, I love Tatiana. Yeah. Big fan of hers. We had her on the show probably like a month ago or 2 months ago. Big fan.
Yeah. She's crazy, man. She's so good. She's really good.
Yeah. We talked about what was it, Alp? What was it with Tatiana that you had with her?
Oh no, I have nothing. I was trying to say I actually so the first year I wrestled at Lindenwood University. So the first year we had a women's program. She was one of the 4 girls we had. But she was a badass. So she was the best. So she always trained with the guys. And that semester, I think she had made the junior world team. And she missed like 2 months of school. She went to the Olympic Training Center, then the World Championships. Yeah. She came back with a bronze medal. And then at the end, she said, fuck it, this school isn't for me. Because she was way better than the chicks. Like she couldn't get good training. And then that was the last time I saw her. And the next time I see her, she was the ultimate fighter. Like we weren't really friends. I saw her, she was a teammate, I guess. I would see her in training here and there. But next thing I know, I was like, oh, shit, she actually made it to the UFC too. Like, that means... And then I saw her story on Brendan Schaub's Food Truck Diaries or whatever, and that was super inspiring. Obviously a badass, very tough chick, I didn't know she went through all of that.
She made a lot of boys at the gym cry.
She's good, man. I'm sure she still makes a lot of guys cry.
Bro, that's the funniest thing. Is right after we had her on and I posted the episode and I went on Reddit and I started reading like comments and stuff, guys that she wrestled started coming on and saying like, yeah, she beat me. And it became like almost like the Me Too thing. Tatiana fucked me up too. And I'm talking like a handful at least, 10, 20 guys.
Me too. And I'm kidding.
Yeah, but bro, that's how one of the funny things that we were talking about when we had her on is she like how her and Menace first met is it was over who could take who down. And Menace was drunk. Tatiana doesn't really drink. So Menace was like, and Menace thinks girls, no chance. You know what I mean? And then it's, realistically,
Who took who down?
They didn't do it.
Wrestle?
They one day they will, but when it happens, Tatiana's probably going to take him down because he's shot at this point. He don't train.
Nah, still he can't take.
Yeah, no, he'll turn it on for that 30 seconds and just stuff her takedown. But she's a beast. Yeah. She has neck problems, but I would love to see her back in there because I think she's a future champion.
Did she get a title shot yet, or
no? She's out for a minute. Something with her neck that she's not able to train the way she needs to get ready for a fight.
Oh, she was trained. I saw Georgia just posted a picture with them. She was in the gym.
She trained with us. Yeah, we were drilling some wrestling stuff. She's drilling. I think she's getting better and better. I think we'll see her soon.
Yeah, no,
definitely,
she's training 100%, but she's not. That's what she said to us. She's like, I'm not able to train the way that I want to, which I guess is just really hard sparring or really hard wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The same problem, though, apparently it led to her finding out she had like thyroid cancer or whatever, but a neck injury is what took her out of wrestling.
It's sad, man. Yeah, that's
the future champ, though, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, if she comes, like nobody's stopping anything she does.
Yeah.
But
I wanted to go back to Georgi. So Georgi, you said 2009 or 10, your first time at Bellator.
2010, yeah. 2009, yeah, 2010.
Did you go? Is that when did you go to World Series of Fighting after?
No, after I went to Tachi Palace. I fought a few guys there, like Isaac De Jesus, Micah Miller. I fought for their belt over there, and then from there I went to Dream. Fought.
You fought
Takaya.
Dream?
Yeah, I fought in Dream. I fought Hiroyuki Takaya.
No way, that's dope. That's awesome.
And then I came and I got signed with the World Series of Fighting.
How was the experience in Japan fighting out?
Well, Georgia, are you single or you got a girl?
Married.
Married, kids?
Yeah, I'm married. I have 3 kids. Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
I have 2 daughters and then one son.
Oh, all right. How old are they?
My youngest one is 6 months, and then my daughter is 6. I mean, is 5 and 7.
All right. Just making sure. Good for that. Help to the family, because I know the Japan stories can get crazy. So I just have to.
I was more thinking like the fans and the crowd and the fight culture.
Yeah, it was a good time. Like Saitama it was crazy.
Wow.
40,000 people. It was good times. Like seriously.
Are they super quiet when you're fighting? Are they just clapping?
Yeah, they'll clap if you do a good move, but they're super quiet. Like almost like fighting right now. You just it's the same thing. You just feel
So you're used to it.
Yeah, kind of yes. But it was a good time, man. After beating Takaya, they told us not to get out of the room because Takaya was part of
Yakuza.
Yakuza. So they had a lot of betting on him, like that he was gonna win. And when I won, it was the New Year's Eve card. So they're like, "Hey, bro, just don't leave the hotel room because it's dangerous. Just stay in the room." So we just stayed in the room. We didn't go nowhere.
No way.
It was a good trip. It was a good trip.
So that.
Do they do the yellow card, red card type of stuff in Dream?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
But that's your I almost got killed by the Yakuza story.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of stories. I almost got killed. There's some in Russia too, but this one, by Yakuza.
But like, little do you know that there was a Yakuza element that came toward the hotel or whatever and got stopped or something. Like, who knows? That story could have went crazy. You got You could spin that into some writing, and you got a fucking Liam Neeson movie right there.
Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I'm sure Russia because Georgia fought ACB for a while too. I don't think Russia was any different as far as like mafia being involved in the sport.
Yeah, the ACB is a big one too, brother. And that's why I kind of don't like Herb Dean. Herb Dean kind of took their side, but I don't blame him.
Yeah, your last fight when you had the controversy.
Yeah, that one fight. He pretty much right there stopped it, but then when they went in the back, he told him, "Yeah, I shouldn't have stopped the fight. He could have continued." Mm-hmm. So that's why I mean, you know how they're involved with all the.
ACB, it's crazy. ACB has a lot of great fighters. Some of them don't even want to come to America because they make good money, first of all. And competition is so tough. Competition is so tough, man. Like, look, 9 out of 10 of those guys could be tough in the UFC.
In ACB, absolutely.
Yeah.
And even the money's comparable, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Cash money.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Cash money.
Like, I don't think Japan, like Russia has a stronger fight game right now than Japan.
They do, yeah. I do. Yeah.
But even we could segue from that into that, like Khabib, Justin Gaethje coming up. It's gonna, like, when they book a fight and it's like, oh, you're like, that's 4 months away. Life goes by so fast that it's like it's here. So that'll be here before you know it. I'm sure Georgie will be interested in that fight. Who do you lean towards in that one?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna lean towards Habib, but I want to see this fight. I mean, I'm a big fan of Justin. When I was at the World Series of Fighting, he was there fighting too, and I watched a lot of his fights live, and man, that guy it's like I feel like his IQ with just his power punches, how he sets him up, it's ridiculous. And I mean, I feel like Habib has a big on his hand, and we're gonna see me. I just cannot wait for that one.
Yeah. Al, what are you thinking in that one? I don't think we've really spoken about that one.
I think briefly we have. It is definitely going to be Habib's toughest fight. And look, I don't really want to bet against Habib, but this is the one time I think if you're trying to make good money, you might want to bet against Habib. Because look, not even the fight aspect. Because like thinking how Habib lost his dad. And obviously, and people have been watching him. Think how like Jose Aldo was at the top. Jon Jones was at the top for the longest time. And every fight, it just becomes harder and harder to dominate the way they're dominating, right? So everybody has been. Look, Justin Gaethje has been like a sniper. He's been waiting to fight Habib probably. His eyes on the target. I can tell that guy is just a killer, and he does not care. He's a honey badger. He don't give a fuck. Like he is ready to die in the cage. Look. everybody says Tony Ferguson is crazy like this and that guy's crazy like that. Justin Gaethje is a different crazy, in my opinion.
Yep. I think so too.
So I mean, I don't know. I'm not picking a side yet. We still have time.
And his scrambling game is very good, and he's a good wrestler.
And we haven't even seen it yet. That's the crazy part.
I think, yeah, that the times we have seen, like, that's something me and Menace, I always say to Menace, because he doesn't watch as much fighting as I do, is Gaethje's counter wrestling and, like, his defensive jiu-jitsu that I've seen in the few fights I've seen is really good. Like, if you take him down, he's not there for long. So for Khabib, if Khabib or when Khabib takes him down and keeps him there for a round or a minute, that's going to be the first time that's been done in...
Look! If we go back and look at Habib versus L.A. Kunta, then maybe if you want to judge Habib by that fight, then you can see how much Justin Gaethje has a shot.
Yes, I say it all the time, absolutely. And you guys both know Sean Bunch.
Sean Bunch, yeah.
Yeah, me and Menace had Sean Bunch on, like, one of our earlier episodes, like 50 episodes ago, and we talked to him about Khabib's wrestling, and he was like, is it good? It's amazing. It's really good. Yeah. Against the cage. Open mat, it's wrestling. You know what I mean? It's tough to take someone down open mat. And then there's guys that are Jordan Burroughs in the open mat, Gregor Gillespie in the open mat, and then there's guys that are, we're going to say, Khabib in the open mat, you know? Like, he's not, you saw it exactly with Al. Al was able to stuff a bunch of takedowns. We saw even Conor McGregor stuff some takedowns open mat.
Yeah.
Like,
it's different. You know what's coming. Like, he's not even hiding it. You know what's coming.
But he's so good at what's coming. Yeah.
Of course.
And what's the date on this fight? When is this coming up?
October 24th, I think.
Oh, so that's okay. Well, okay.
It's probably going to be Abu Dhabi, huh?
And then out, you'll know a little better than I would. Like, I mean, Menace and I always talk about it. Like, there's obviously levels to wrestling. NCAA, there's Division 1, Division 2, Division 3. Then there's Sambo, which is a different style of wrestling and grappling. But this, on paper, might be the best wrestler that Khabib's fought.
Yeah.
The closest to it was, what's his name?
Michael Johnson?
No. The black dude from Black Zillions 2.
Johnson?
No, Trujillo.
Abel Trujillo. Abel Trujillo?
Yeah. On paper, he might be the best. I think he was like a NIAA national champ or something like that.
NIAA, let me correct you.
Yeah.
It's okay. Dude, oh my God. He just wrestled the shit out of him in that fight.
Yeah, and he mauled him. And so Gaethje is a one-time All-American. When I looked at it, and I'd have to double-check right now, but I don't think he's faced anyone else that's had that high of a level of wrestling.
But again, like, back to your point, like I was telling George about this too. Like, Ben Henderson was never an All-American. He wrestled in AIA, but look at his wrestling in the cage.
Yeah.
So Habib is way more experienced in the cage, and he wrestles. Gaethje never wrestles in the cage. Like, he gets dropped, comes back up, doesn't even try to take a shot. He tries to stand and bang again. Like, it's crazy.
Even him. Oh, go ahead, Georgie.
Oh, go.
I was going to say, when we had him on, I told him, like, you don't even wrestle. And he was like, what are you talking about? I wrestle all the time. And me and Menace looked at each other like, what the fuck does he mean? And then he was like, when I'm grabbing your hand, when I'm pulling your head, and then I'm punching you, I'm wrestling.
That's a good point.
It was true what he said. He's like, all my stuff is the threat of wrestling opens up haymakers and punches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then his coach too, Trevor Whitman, is on. Man, he's on a different level too. I think the mix they have together, and he's so good with advices in between rounds that he will. This is gonna be. I think this is gonna be the toughest fight for Khabib. Absolutely.
And then he might retire.
He said he was talking about that, right? He said
he's gonna go. He said he's gonna go to 30-0, but who knows? If you're talking 30-0, you might just be done at any point.
Yeah.
But they're talking. You know how they're talking about GSP and him as a final fight? But I'm like, dude, you can't look past through Justin Gaethje yet. That's crazy how they're even talking about it.
Yeah. Well, they did that with Khabib and Ferguson. They were like, we're gonna get to that right after this Justin Gaethje, Tony Ferguson fight.
That fight is never happening.
Never.
Never.
Yeah. So Georgie,
so GSP will fight him at 155, not 170.
I mean,
I actually saw that today. GSP said Khabib walks around heavier than him, and he said he can definitely make 55 without compromising his performance at a lighter weight class. He's very confident that he can. Bro, he trains like a scientist. Like that guy is.
Yeah, he's been looking in good shape.
He's so obsessed with the sport. He's still like, if I was done, which I am done, I'll just party now. Like, that's why I love not training. And that guy was retired and he is ready to fight. You know?
It's very good, yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't think GSP is going to come back again.
Watch it. He's an alien, bro. He's not from this planet.
He's like 38 right now.
Yeah.
He might. I would love to see it, but I don't think he's old. He's old, getting up there. I don't want to see him do it, you know? Because then what happens if he does come back and he doesn't fight? He came back and strategically picked Bisping. He didn't come. He didn't come back and go Kamaru Usman Sunday, you know? Like,
yeah, that was very smart and funny.
Yeah, he was like, I could pick. You know, he might have even known Bisping had the eye problem.
Yeah.
He dropped him with a left hook, hit him in the bad eye. That was like the game changer of that fight. As if GSP held it in his back pocket and the fight was competitive up to that moment and was like, nope, I got to go for the eye. Yeah.
Exactly. I agree.
But, Georgie, where are you heading off the train to in a little bit?
I'm going to go to Gracie Barra, a good friend of mine, Juan Archuleta. He has a fight coming up.
Yep.
For Bellator. He's fighting for a 135-pound belt, so I'm just going to go help him out with whatever he needs and just be there for him and just train with them and all the guys.
You know Juan as well, Alp, right?
Yeah, I gave him a lot of rounds. Yeah, I trained a lot with him too.
Yes, we've had Juan on the show. Good dude. Big fan of his. And what is who's this fight against again? It's Bandejas?
Patchy Mix.
Patchy Mix. Yeah.
Patchy Mix for the bantamweight title is vacant, so they're fine for that.
He just beat Bandejas.
Bandejas, it was Sergio Pettis that just beat them.
Oh, Sergio Pettis just beat him.
No. Juan didn't fight Bandejas. He fought the 45 title last, didn't he? Is he coming off of a loss?
Yeah, Patricky.
He fought Patricio, and then before that it was Corrales was his last fight.
Oh, so he won that fight.
Henry Corrales, yeah, he beat Henry, but before that it was Patricio.
Yeah, he fought he lost the 45 title.
Yep.
Yeah.
Patchy.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do good against Patchy, man. I know Patchy's undefeated, but I feel like he matches up really good with him. I mean, Patchy's submissions are really dangerous, but I feel like Juan's gonna pull this off.
Oh yeah, that's a great fight. Did you see at the UFC post-fight this past weekend? Someone asked Dana White about Bellator, and they were talking about light heavyweight, and they're like, light heavyweight in Bellator is as good as the UFC. That's what Scott Coker said. And then Dana White starts refuting it. And then he's like, who would I want in Bellator or whatever? We're good. And then the guy goes, what about Juan Archuleta? And Dana White goes, who the fuck's Juan Archuleta? Like, who the fuck? Yeah. But even that, like, he thought, like, the guy was bringing up a heavyweight. Like, Dana knew knows who Juan Archuleta was when you say he's a 45er. Oh, that kid. You know what I mean? But when he was, like, light heavyweight, he was like, I don't know who the fuck. I don't know what they're talking about.
I saw the matchups after that. What's his name? ESPN released the matchups of all the Bellator fighters versus UFC fighters. I don't know. I feel like they match up really good, man. I feel like the media is making it look like the UFC's. Like, I know UFC's top, but they have to make it like they're both up there, you know?
Yes. The UFC's roster, you could say, is deeper because they sign all the talent. But Bellator has the top of their divisions is UFC capable. And not by UFC, they're all UFC capable. I mean UFC capable by they're winning fights against the top 5. You know what I mean? 100%. Yeah.
So, speaking of Bellator versus UFC, I was just at lunch with a good friend of mine, Tim McDonald, and he watches a lot of fighting too. I actually just brought up, like, we were talking about Georgie and like a couple other stuff. When we started talking about, I was like, you know what? I think there are a lot of great Bellator fighters. I said a lot of them can be top 10, and then we started talking about champion versus champion. And then he started giving me like this name, that name. I'm like, yeah, I think most Bellator champions most UFC champions are gonna win. Like Alexander Volkanovski, Patricio Pitbull, or Jon Jones, the new Russian guy, or like, you know, I don't know. I wanted Georgia to make some predictions if they were champion versus champion.
All right, one we might see: Michael Chandler versus Khabib.
Michael Chandler versus Habib.
Yeah, we might see that.
Yeah, I heard Chandler signed, right, with UFC, or is he negotiating?
He's talking with them. He might go back to Bellator, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Georgie, what do you seriously think? So 30, who's the champion at 35? Bellator.
Right now it's vacant.
Okay.
Vacant, yeah.
Vacant. 45 is Patricio Pitbull.
45 is Patricio Pitbull, and the way he's been fighting, I honestly think Volkanovski lost his last fight against Max.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the way Patricio has been fighting, he'll beat Volkanovski. But it's gonna be hard against Habib. I know he tries to match up with Habib, and that's gonna be, I think, an easy day for Habib. But as far as Volkanovski, for sure, Patricio will destroy him.
How about Max Holloway versus Patricio Pitbull?
Max Holloway versus Patricio Pitbull, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be tough one. I'm going to go for Patricio for Bellator, brother, but I think that'll be a good matchup. Way better matchup than Volkanovski.
Yeah,
I think
it's definitely Habib, so I'm not even asking lightweight.
Patricio's competitive, yeah. I think even not with Khabib, with Max or Alex, 100%. Yeah.
How about Lima versus Kamaru?
Usman?
Yeah.
Lima all day.
You think so? You think so?
Yeah, I think, you could. I see Usman take Douglas Lima down. I could see that. But then, man, I mean, like, I think we all know those kicks are coming. We all know, like, he's so good at defensive, and I think he's been on the roll too. It's
not exciting, but Kamaru Usman could probably do what he did to Masvidal to anybody in the world.
Even to Lima, huh? If that happens, I'm betting with you. We're going.
You know what I mean? Like brawl and stall, and
if you want to make it a boring fight, you can make it a boring fight all day long.
Yeah, the wrestler
If I was a boring fighter, I would have been in the UFC still fighting.
But Kamaru's not sitting at range and having a striking match with Lima, and I think Lima's wrestling's really good. Like underrated defensive wrestling. So I think they wind up against the cage, and Usman just if Lima can get off the cage, I favor Lima in that fight. Lima's striking is really good.
Very good, yeah.
And 85, who's the champ at 85 in Bellator?
It is Mousasi, right?
Oh shit, Mousasi versus Adesanya.
That's gonna be a good fight. I will say
I will pick Mousasi. Another dear Armenian. He's a badass, bro. They did wrong to him. They did wrong to him in UFC. I'm telling you.
Mousasi.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know why they let him go, man. They should have never let him go. They should never.
He wanted to leave. He was, he worked with Scott Coker back in Strikeforce. And I think Strikeforce just treated him with respect. Not even like with more money, but he just treated him with respect. And I think that's what Mousasi needed. He's like, dude, come on. He had a point. He's like, they're not respecting me. They're not treating me well. They're not giving what I'm worth.
Wait. Is the title vacant right now? Who's the 185? Because remember, he lost to Lovato. And then
you're right. Lovato vacated because he got sick, right? He got something happened to him.
And
it's vacant, brother.
They haven't had a fight since. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, so it is vacant. You're right. You're absolutely right.
He just beat Machida, though. What's his name?
Did.
Yeah, Mousasi.
Yeah.
And 205 is the new Russian guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he looked great against Ryan Bader. I think Nemco versus Jon Jones. I cannot pick against Jon Jones. I know my Russian brothers are gonna get mad at me, but I know you can't just go against Jon Jones. I don't care how many accidents he got onto or how many DUIs he got. I can't go against Jon Jones, man. You just can't. Yeah.
That's the guy right there, Jon Jones. No. Him and Khabib. That's the when you bet against them or pick against them, people look at you like what the
fuck is wrong with you?
But you guys know anything can happen in fighting. You know what I mean? It takes one. You have to show up and have a shitty night one night. You know, Khabib has to show up and Justin Gaethje could land 2 calf kicks that could change the whole fucking fight.
Yeah, his kicks are good too.
Oh, like even that. Before we let you go, Georgie, something that I saw the other night, or that the fights the other night, the O'Malley fight. You guys watched that?
Against Chito.
Yeah. I think that was the calf kicks as opposed to him rolling his ankle or whatever, like the way they're selling it. You know what I mean?
You might be right, man. I think because didn't he posted like a video of him dancing the next day? But I mean,
100%. Yeah,
I agree with him. I think it is the calf kicks because I've been kicked there before a practice and during a fight too, and it's bad, bro. You don't feel your leg.
Yeah, me and Menace had a discussion about it. I went back and watched it, and it was the calf kicks. It was Chito.
Right in the beginning, right? Right in the beginning when it started.
Chito was winning that fight initially before the injury happened. He was just landing like right below the knee, right on the top of the calf, and then all of a sudden O'Malley went to take a step, and his shit was off.
Yeah.
Did you watch that shit out?
Yeah, I think he has skinny legs. So, and I loved calf kicks. Like, I would do them on TJ. I would do it. I had that master just because of how my body works. I would never do high kicks or like that's just how I walked into my punches. I always loved it. And I always told people, I'm like, dude, master, it's so easy to capitalize on calf kicks. Not even to hurt them, but to get them off balance. Because you can't condition your calves. I mean, a couple of them, you're going to feel them right in the fight, right in that moment. So they're very, very effective. And people are doing it more and more now. So, but also Chito is a badass too. Like Chito was going to win that fight, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chito's a killer. That was if they were trying to build him up, that wasn't the right matchup.
Oh, no. Yeah. And I don't think even after that fight, they give Chito a lot of credit. I think Chito is a top 35er out there, man. He's going to fight for a belt. And a win like the way they were hyping up O'Malley and that win, they should give Chito a top 15 fight. What they're probably going to do is give Chito the 15 or 14 ranking and let him fight someone else coming in to the rankings. You know what I mean? Because Petr Yan is fighting Sterling, right?
That's what they're saying, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Who, Petr Yan?
Yeah.
He's fighting Aljo.
Finally. Dana White finally made it official. Bro, I said it to Menace. They were waiting for Frankie Edgar to highlight Real Munoz. Then they were going to be like, Frankie Edgar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or even if Munoz highlight reeled Frankie Edgar and all of a sudden Munoz's numbers skyrocketed. All right, you're hot right now. Munoz.
Dana White is probably praying to God that Petr Yan just beats Aljo now.
Yeah, like I don't get what's his beef with Aljo or whatever.
I don't know, man. I really don't.
I mean, one thing I said to Menace that, like, you know, sometimes like something that you see could stick in your head. Maybe Dana White was cage side when Aljamain fought Moraes. And that's what's in his head. Like, all right, Aljamain's amazing, but Moraes is always, until Moraes loses, Moraes is right here to someone other than Henry Cejudo.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. He just wasn't giving it to Cejudo. But now Cejudo versus Jan's going to happen. Out. How do you think that happens?
Which one? Sorry.
Jan versus Aljamain.
Definitely a tough one. Look, Jose Aldo, in my opinion, Jose Aldo dropping down to 35. Yes, he did good against Jan, but he wasn't also looking great, in my opinion. Like, Aljo brings something different to the table, and a lot of these guys don't like it, how he grabs them. And you don't understand until Aljo grabs you, right? His legs and his arms, man, he just squeezes the shit out of you. Like, it's hard to get him off of you. And you know, Aljo is like Jon Jones. Like, he's smart. He's not gonna sit there and brawl with you, or he's gonna keep you in the kicking range when you're punching. He's gonna keep you in the punching range when you're trying to kick. He's a smart guy. He's a fight nerd, right? So he is definitely dangerous. But also Petr Yan, those Russians, man, those Russians are fucking, like, they train like crazy at Tiger Muay Thai. I'm telling you, they're fucking tough. They don't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying. So in some ways, Aljo is an athlete. He's smart, right? But you're not gonna drag him into a freaking like a street fight. But Petr Yan can do that. He would want to do that probably against Aljo. So I want Aljo to win. As I call him a friend. But yeah, it's a tough one to pick. I'm not sure yet.
Georgie, what do you think?
I think Petr Yan is on the roll right now. Watching him against Aldo, I mean, I watched his previous fight. I'm really impressed with them. But with Aljamain Sterling, I trained with them in Florida one time at ATT. And dude, that kid is fucking good. Like I remember he just out wrestled the fuck out of me. Took my back, had my back, and then. But I think it's like Al said, it's gonna be a good fight. But I can't go against Petr Yan. I think Petr Yan is gonna win.
Those guys are tough, man. Like the good thing with Aljo is you can shoot on him and he'll end up taking your back. Like he has his ways to scramble. Like he doesn't.
He's like a Jon Jones at 135.
Exactly. Yeah. He likes to scramble. He doesn't mind doing funky stuff. That's why he's the funk master. Like that's why he's always dangerous. You got to knock him out to finish him, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, and Aljamain, like his choke game from all, like even that, yeah, like if you shoot in on Aljamain, like any which way, and you're trying to grapple with him, his grappling really good, but his striking is like Jones in a sense too, that he's just Jones will lead more, but a lot more counterfighting from Aljo. But the way like that fight's almost stylistically tailor-made for each other. Jan's going to go forward. Aljo's going to look to back up and counter him. You know what I mean? And it's going to
Aljo might have a size difference on Jan too. Yeah, Jan was pretty small for.
Yeah.
35, no? Yeah, Aljo's big.
Aljo is like this. He's got a really wide back and like the tiniest waist, big quads, but then like little chicken legs. Like he's. But like you wouldn't think he could make 135. He looks like he's bigger than he is, you know, right, Al?
And he eats M&Ms all day.
Yeah.
He is good. I wish him the best, and I think he deserves it, man. You know, he grinds, man. He's a hustler. He works hard. He deserves it. Long time coming, so I wish him the best.
Yeah, hopefully he can pull that one out. But Jan is no slouch.
No, not at all.
So Georgie,
scare me, man. Russians scare me.
You got to get out of here, Georgie, or we still got you for another minute?
What time?
6:15.
Like in 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. So before we let you go, we'll talk about this one real quick. They just made it official or announced it. Costa versus Badasanya.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins that one?
Is that the this one, right? It's coming up, right? The Borrachino? What's his name?
Yes, Paulo Costa.
Yeah. I think Adesanya is technical. I mean, but Costa is a fucking powerful monster, too. I've been watching all his training videos. He looks like he's in a good shape. I think it's going to be – I'm going against Costa. I'm going for him to win against Adesanya.
Oh, so you think Costa's going to pull up the upset?
Yeah, he's going to pull up the upset for sure.
Okay, I like that. Al?
Adesanya is like Jon Jones too in some ways and Aljo, and he's not going to stay, you know, he can make it a boring fight. He can do like, you know, teeps and like keep you away. And I wouldn't, if I were Adesanya, I wouldn't want to get into a boxing match with Costa. So it depends what kind of fight he fights. But I'm going to pick Adesanya, I think.
How much you betting?
How much? $100. $100. Food. We'll do lunch.
Okay, brother.
All right, so we got
Turkish food.
No, brother, Armenian.
Okay. I like food. It doesn't matter. I like all kinds of food.
All right, just to let you guys know that anything you say on Menace the Man is legally binding, so that's a legally binding bet right there.
Hey, you witnessed.
Yep, that's official right there. So someone owes the other one dinner after this one.
Okay, Georgie, you owe me Armenian food when I win.
For sure, bro.
So yeah, let me know what you guys.
George also does something cool. He does the high rollers, for example.
Oh, even that. You mentioned that earlier, and I wanted to get to it. Are you smoking? That's from what I've seen. You smoking while you're grappling, right?
So cool.
Yeah. So, well, that day we smoked about pretty much 9 hours.
No.
And for every 15 minutes, Jeff Glover would just roll joints and just comes like, "Hey, bro, you want to smoke?" And I'm like, "Bro, we've been doing it for like 9 hours." And then towards the end, we took a dab hit and then we walked in on the mats, and that was a crazy experience because I mean, smoking for about 8 to 9 hours was fucking already crazy. And then going with Jeff, and it was for sure one time a thing. I would do one time.
Who did you go against? You did it 2 times, I think.
I did it against. So I did one. The first one was probably was one of the best ones. I did a super fight against Jeff Glover with the gi.
Yep.
And then the second one, I just entered just a regular one, and I was in a black belt division.
How is it rolling on like when you're high as fuck? Like how is it rolling and actually competing? You're not really rolling. You're actually competing. You know, you're going live.
I feel like it could be as you want it to be. Like I mean, if you were this is my honest opinion. I feel like if you panic too fast or stress out or think about it, and if you smoke, it could make you like that times 100. So you'd be fucking. I saw some guys that just fucking standing looking left or right. They're like, "Hey, bro, get me water, get me water." But you know, and then some people you can tell they smoke and then boom, they get in the zone. Like with me, I smoke, I get in the zone. I'm just grappling, you know, I'm just doing submissions. But yeah, crazy. It's not for everyone.
If you're not like some guys like to smoke and train, so if you're used to that, I think it's fine, right?
Bro,
if you're used to that, yeah.
Yeah, I used to smoke and train so much that when I would compete and not smoke, I'd be like, I don't even know what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, then you get that.
I don't even know how to do this shit. You know what I mean? That's the other me. That's the other me. That's not even this guy. All the time.
Last thing, I know Georgie has to go, but you also did the ACB Jiu-Jitsu super matches too, right, Georgie?
I did, and that was in Moscow too. That was the time the World Cup was there going on, and
soccer,
yeah, soccer. It was pretty good, man. It was just me with all the checkmate guys. Most of the checkmate guys lost. Romulo competed that day too. He lost too. It was the only Americans that were out there. It was just me and Diego Sanchez, and I get to spend some. Dude, I was with him for probably whole week. And fuck, Diego is he crazy? I mean, we all know Diego is a crazy motherfucker. He didn't have his fucking coach with him. You know, the coach that makes him do all that shit. But dude, you could tell he was on his way towards that coach.
Wow.
He
did the jiu-jitsu match there too?
He did jiu-jitsu match with a really good Chechen fighter, Yusuf Raisov. And that kid ended up being in by decision, but it was a good experience, man. But just dealing with Diego all week and just doing that tournament was good.
I've heard he's fucking nuts. Yeah, like
Yeah, bro. It's like we'll be at the restaurant eating. He would take the resistance bands and just get on top of the table and just start stretching. and in Russia, when you do stuff like that, people are very like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And like a few times, we almost got in a fight, and I had to like tell him, "Hey, relax." But
I can imagine, like, I can relate. Like, for example, if I took a foreigner like that in Turkey, but like they were acting stupid, like people don't know who you are. People are gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?" You know.
And he would tell him Diego Sanchez, season 1 Ultimate Fighter or something like that. He would just introduce himself like that too.
Oh, that's how he introduced himself?
That's amazing.
It was funny, bro. It was funny.
That is crazy.
Like we had a little segment going for a little bit. We still kind of do of like Phil Baroni stories. We almost need to have Diego Sanchez stories too, because we have a bunch of them. Menace went overseas with Diego, Tom Lawler, and Ashley Evans Smith. So they have endless, for whatever, 2 weeks of Diego Sanchez overseas.
They went to the Middle East or something, didn't they?
Yeah.
From an American base to an American military base or something?
Yeah, and then Menace plays phone tag with Diego to get him on the show. We've been trying to get Diego on for like 2 years, but he's he's nuts.
You should get hold of his coach, bro. I think that's the best way.
Oh, his coach?
His new coach. Yeah, I think he's in charge of his whole career.
He is the new coach. He's his own coach now.
Bro, that guy. No, that guy's his coach.
Oh, that guy is his coach now. Wow. Well, I wish you could look.
The guy who's like, I just put my hands up like this and I start walking. And then eventually the guy's going to, boop, there it is. He ran into it. Like that, bro, like that's his style of fighting, the guy.
That's crazy.
But yeah, we'll get Diego on and we'll talk some shit and get some funny stories. But Georgie, we'll let you get out of here.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
It's awesome talking to you guys.
So let me know whatever you guys come up with. More than happy to help. Give any insight, whatever.
Oh, for sure about the podcast. Hell yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, George, I need Georgie to confirm here and say yes, so we're on, so I can start setting shit up.
Brother, 100% in.
Brother, yes, brother. Yes, Georgie. He's on. Fighting Immigrants coming soon. Woo!
And like we said, everything on Menace and the Man is legally binding.
It is.
So
we're not sure about the name, but it's coming soon, very soon.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
yeah, we could change things like the name, but that's cool.
Yeah.
That's the name.
Thank you, Georgie. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, man.
See you soon.
See you, bro.
Good. That was fun.
Yeah.
Georgie's always a good time. He's a very outspoken.
Oh yeah, I feel like that's even an egg or an onion that has a lot more layers to it. He's definitely got.
Oh, dude, yeah. He starts. He had to run now, but like.
Yeah, like even.
You can get. I'm trying to save some of it for our podcast.
Yeah, he waited an hour to bust out Diego Sanchez, stories.
Yeah. Because like I said, he has a very unique background, like from his Russian and Armenian background, and where he fought Bobo Jenkins twice. Like, he fought a lot of good names. He's a seasoned veteran, and he still has a lot left in him, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. We didn't ask him how old he was, but I'm sure he definitely
35.
has.
He's 35.
Yeah, so he still has enough left to make a run, especially in Bellator, where the run is... So in the UFC, it might be 4 or 5, 6, 7 fights to make a run. Bellator could be, 3, 4 fights, and you're back in the mix.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, especially Bellator isn't that busy. Like, UFC has shows every weekend. So this actually gives you time to recover and train better. Like, you actually have, you don't really have to fight last minute, or they won't ask you to fight so quick.
Yeah.
The turnaround isn't that fast. So this way, like, he knows what's coming. And a couple of good wins, like you said, like, you're right up there, especially like Michael Chandler leaving now. If he gets the Ben Henderson fight, Ben Henderson is still a great name. And he's on the way down a little bit, so that's an advantage. And,
Like, I like Chandler. We have mutual friends and whatever. We want to get him on the show. I like Benson. We have mutual friends. I want to get him on the show. But, like, that one just... I almost wanted them to have, like, a 5-round war or a really...
Me too.
Or a competitive fight, if you will. And that was just... when Benson went down, it was almost like... not really a passing of the torch, because Chandler's an elder statesman, too. But, like, it was just like, all right, so...
Yeah, I wanted to see a longer fight too, so we could actually see Ben Henderson too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that type of loss too. It almost tells you, like, all right, so Benson's done at this level.
Yeah,
he now is going to fight till the end of his career. He's not like championship.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, for sure.
But
so are you corona free now?
I feel great. So
did you get tested again?
I got tested again. Tested negative.
Yeah.
So.
Good. You're so negative, bro.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. I like your shirt.
Thank you. You're an Office fan?
I love The Office. Are you kidding me? It just plays in my house in the background all the time.
Yep. I was just at the beginning of this podcast. I had to hop up and turn the TV off. I was watching.
Like, it's one of those things. Like, if I have stuff to do in the house, like if I'm cooking or if I'm on my phone doing something, like, Office is my go-to. Obviously, I don't know, because I can catch up anywhere to laugh. Like, I don't have to rewind or like, hey, I missed a joke. Like, everything is funny. Come on.
The funniest thing is I didn't watch The Office until the quarantine.
No, are you kidding me,
bro? And I've dated girls for the last since it came out. Whenever the fuck that was, that would always just be like, I watch The Office, talk about The Office. I'm like, I'm not watching this stupid shit. What channel's it on? NBC. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, but you have the show. Where'd you get the shirt?
Because I fell in love with the show.
Oh, so you just got the shirt then recently?
No, it was a gift. But yes.
Oh, it was a gift?
Yes.
It was a gift?
No,
I always say this, it's the greatest American comedy.
I think Curb Your Enthusiasm is the greatest American comedy.
We can agree to disagree.
Yeah. I'm a big Curb Your Enthusiasm guy. Seinfeld, Curb Your...
I like, yeah. Because it's more of a New York show too, I guess. Maybe that's why you like it.
Which show? Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah. It's more like a New York show.
Yeah, so is Seinfeld, but we're talking comedy, yeah. If we're talking like favorite show, I'd be like, oh, that'd be a tough one. Maybe.
Larry is funny.
Larry's hysterical. That's like my spirit animal.
Yeah. I always I have close friends that are Jewish, and we always fuck with each other. Like, Larry's always an example that we always send each other like bits, like clips of Larry.
Yeah.
It's good for me.
Yeah,
So,
you could literally have conversations of things Larry David has said.
100%. Same like Office though. I always say like that's what she said, and like some people get it, some people don't, but it never gets old. Like you can always laugh at the same jokes.
Oh my God, even that. Like I didn't, and I never researched it. If it definitely came from somewhere before that, but that's where it got big. Was The Office? That's what she said.
Exactly.
I didn't realize that's where it came from, and that's where it got so big.
I actually have a hoodie with Michael Scott's picture, and it says that's what she said.
I've used
and
it. I used the joke. I've used the joke. Like, oh, that's what she said. I didn't know where it came,
That's how catchy it was. But I always get compliments on the hoodie I have. When I wear it, people are like, oh, that's dope.
This might be, this is maybe like the third time I've worn this shirt. I think you're the first to compliment it. So.
Oh, really? I always compliment on Office stuff. I love it.
I like that.
I love it.
But yeah, you got your setup going. So anytime you want to do this, we'll jump on.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So yeah, that's like I said, Georgie. So hopefully, Georgie and I are gonna do it. And like my buddy Ian is helping me with the whole setup. Like he's tech savvy and he's gonna be our Jamie. And because I want to do a YouTube live, so he can actually read questions, and he's pretty tech savvy. So we have a small setup in the house. And so Georgia wants to come out here because Georgia lives like 45 minutes away from me.
Mm-hmm.
But he said he's down to come out to me like once a week, twice a week or so. And we can obviously bring a bunch of fighters in studio, like around here. Like we know a bunch of people. So I think it'll be funny. We just want to have fun, like bullshit for a couple hours and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, now because of Menace's job, we had a little dry spell, if you will, but we just did an episode the other day. That's why we got into it and started doing it, because we enjoyed it and had fun,
Yeah.
Like the beginning episodes were funny because we used to like get together. We'd drive to the studio. Menace would be like pounding beers. I'd be smoking blunts. We'd get to the studio. We'd just pound some beers and just talk about fighting and have fucking, whoever, so-and-so call in. Then we started doing video and snowballs, and you have fun doing it.
And it's about a little bit of like who you have. Like, no, I don't, not everybody's going to want to watch me, but it's about like who I bring to the show. So obviously like you brought Dana White on the show, like you brought some big names on the show, and everybody wants to see what they're saying.
Yes.
And, George and I, we both smoke. We're goofballs, and, it can be funny. It could be, some fun time to bullshit. And, expect nothing, you won't be disappointed. So we expect nothing. We just want to have fun. So.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Well, Menace and the Man supported, and we'll always bounce off each other and fucking jump on each other's shows and do dumb shit like that. And anytime you want to do some more Alp, Chapo, and the Man episodes, we're always down.
Always. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your time again. Thanks for having us.
You're the man, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, you're the man. I'll see you soon.
Peace.